Hey everybody, my name is Lemuel, and I'm sharing life instructions from the life of Jesus. If you want to know why Jesus, then check out this video right here. Oh, right here. There you go. And if you want to hear lesson number one, it's right here also. If you want to hear instruction number two, check this out. And of course, instruction number three was last week, and you can check that out here also. And if you have not followed me, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. Like and share this video so that others can hear what we are sharing on a weekly basis right here on this channel on Lem Drops. So let me get right to lesson number 4. And lesson number 4, we're taking from just the mission of Jesus. And the fact of the matter is that he focused his mind on his mission rather than what people said about him. Jesus was a dynamic teacher, and he was a very powerful personality in Jerusalem, Galilee, and those parts of the world at that time. There were many people that were actually mission filled or vision centered in those times, but a lot of them focused on Roman oppression and what the elites were doing. In turn, they were really trying to milk their community to be on the Roman good side, especially those that had access to the wealth of Rome or access to the government of Rome, and they would go and be agents of Rome within their community. And so Jesus came into the scene with a different message than everybody else. And so the life instruction I gathered from looking at Jesus, and I'm not a scholar. I'd like to be truthful, but I'm not a scholar. I'm not going to break down to you where's where and what's what and in the life of Jesus. But I am a student of his life and his ministry and his mission and his teachings. And what I found to be one of the instructions that I gleaned from Jesus is that he did not allow what others said about him to sway what he was doing for them. All right. So the instruction is this: don't allow what others say about you sway what you're doing for them. Now, the thing about Jesus is that he owned his mission. So it was not a mission from other people. It was not something that he was duplicating from others. He wasn't raising up an army to throw down or topple the Roman government or the Judean connection to the Roman government. He was about his father's business. So because he owned his mission, he had his own message to preach. Because he had his own message, due to the mission that he was about, what others said about him did not bother him. And so if we would own our mission, if we were own the message, then what others say about us can be measured against that. It's not through feelings. We got to be careful about feelings. We got to be careful about emotions. We got to be careful that we are not swayed by our emotion because people have said something about our mission or about our person. If we are about the message, then it doesn't matter what others say, because people are going to say things anyway. All right? People will talk. So we have to choose to engage with only those who will listen, and listen to those who we know and we have found to listen to us. We cannot listen to every voice. We cannot listen to every thought of a person when they express it. We cannot listen to everyone's opinion, because many people have opinion. They're like noses and nostrils. Everybody at least have 2 nostrils, right? So we cannot spend all of that time listening to what others are saying about us. If we do, we take time away from what we're doing and we're placing our energy and our mind strength onto those things. And it will blur our vision about the mission that we have in front of us. So people will talk, let them talk. Online, if we are not careful, we can be swayed by negative conversations and make us about feel bad about our mission, and maybe even be swayed by the negative talk if we would spend time on it. But we can also be distracted by the positive conversation, and be swayed by those. But our task is to really focus in and hone in on the mission at hand for us, so that we can what? We can sharpen our message and tweak our tools in expressing that message. Because everyone wants to be heard, but there are only few who will want to hear. So speak to those who will hear you. Guard your time against those who just want to be heard. Guard your time. It could be positive, it could be negative. It could just be somebody that's just so enamored by what you're saying that they are taking your time away from fulfilling the vision at hand, fulfilling the mission and the course that is in front of you because of what you're trying to do. So understand that Jesus spoke to those that are listening and to those that are needing to hear his voice. And he didn't spend a good amount of time. He didn't spend, at least from the study that you will have when it comes to his life, if you would spend some time studying it, you will realize Jesus did not spend a whole lot of his time having a back and forth with people that did not believe in what he was doing. He did not give that much energy and that much effort to folks that are not about the thing that he's doing. He spent time with his disciples. He spent time with the broken, the wounded, those that needed compassion. But those that were against him, he'd rebuke them, he chastised them, he directed his conversation to them very strongly, but he did not have a time of conversation with them because you just have limited amount of time, and speaking to those people that are drawing away from you energy and strength is just a waste of your precious time. Okay, people don't know your heart also, so don't let them mess with your mind. Somebody may think differently about you. Somebody may have a concept about you that is totally off base, and people again don't know your heart. So they don't know what you're doing it for. They don't know exactly what this is all about, but you should know. You should know because you're spending the time to really tweak your message and to really hone your mission and your vision. And so you know your own heart. And people are going to say things about you. So don't let them mess with your mind, okay? Again, people don't know your heart. So don't let them mess with your mind. All right, y'all. Thank you again for listening. And if you have not yet liked and shared the video, I want to encourage you to do that. All right. Until next time, this is Lemuel for Lem Drops. God bless.